Lunchtime Look features the February Paper Pumpkin Kit. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because on March 13th, I am going to be flying out along with two of my team members to Raleigh, North Carolina for Onstage, which is a Stampin' Up! Event for demonstrators. And we were all challenged to come up with an alternative to the cards that are in this February Paper Pumpkin Kit. So let's see what I can come up with. First of all, the Paper Pumpkin Kit shows you what you can make just that's been pre-designed for you. And so I'm going to challenge myself to use some of these things in ways they weren't intended. Paper Pumpkin Kit comes with a stamp set and also an insert, so you can put this in either like a clear folder, or you can get a stamp case for it. And the stamp set comes with it. You can see what the stamps are right here. So Happy Easter and Hello Spring, to a wonderful friend, sending love for you. Thanks for helping me grow. And chives, which is a little weird, but we've got some envelopes. So this is a non-traditional card size. Well, I guess it's a traditional one. It's just got an end flap instead of, the flap that goes on the long edge. So my first inclination is to use this envelope in a way that it wasn't intended, because there are lots of them. You can see in the Paper Pumpkin Kit, you get a massive amount of dimensionals in this one. You've got some card bases. So we've got these, which coordinate with the inside of the envelope. And you've got some labels. You've got a different color card base and another different color card base. So I'm automatically thinking these three, I can split these up into strips, which would be great. So, and then we've got all sorts of different die cuts. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to take one of each of these. Now, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and move some stuff out of the way here. First thing I'm going to do is chop this at the 4 1/4 mark. So I'm chopping this in half. I can save this for another card base. I'm going to do the same for the others. Oops, I guess I didn't cut that very well. Here we go. And here we go again. Now, if I bring these three in, what I notice first off is these two are non-directional, but this one is going this way. And I think if I bring in the die cut that I want to use, which is this one that says chives, that runs vertically. I want a portrait. What I'm thinking is I want a portrait card base. So I want my strips to run this way. I will cut 1-inch strips. Now, the layout that I have in mind is a favorite of Sarah Douglas, who is the CEO of Stampin' Up! This one doesn't matter which way I cut it because it's non-directional. I am going to cut it just this way because I know I need shorter pieces anyway. The width of a portrait style card is 4 1/4. I probably want these to be 3 1/2 in length. So if I now cut them all at 3 1/2. I'm going to think about what color card base I want. And this is a basic beige with, looks like some sort of brass or copper metallic foil. Just very, very subtle. I think I'm going to bring in a base of basic beige. Now the other thing I could do, if I didn't want to use this or a waste, quote unquote, waste a card base is I could bring in an envelope, and if I opened this envelope up, I see I have that green print as well. So I could just chop this up into strips as well instead of using this. Same result. This one, not chopping this up, preserves a base. I'm already cutting up a couple of other bases, so that means I need less envelopes. All right. So here's a basic beige card front. And if I just sort of arrange these, let's see here. So as I was mentioning, Sarah Douglas, the CEO of Stampin' Up, loves having like 5 little strips going right across the front. Like that. And I think that's what I'm going to do as well. Let's go ahead and adhere those down. One thing you want to kind of engineer is that you want the top and the bottom margins to be about the same. Just kind of keep that in mind as I'm coming down to that middle one. This one right here, I want to make sure this is in the middle of the card. And notice I'm moving them slightly left and right. And you could stack them all nice neatly as well if you wanted to. But that's not what I'm going for. Let me move this over just a little bit more. Just like that. And so there we go. So if I bring in this piece right here, these are chives, and in the stamp set, you've got the chives. I'll probably use that on the inside. And you've got the chive top. Let's get out a block here. The little ink spot that comes in here is the petunia pop. But since I don't want to take the time to open that on camera, lunchtime looks are supposed to be a little bit shorter. I'm just going to use my large pad. And it looks like I can put a chive top right there. So pretty. And looks like this stem right here as well gets a chive top. Isn't that pretty? That petunia pink just comes right out right there. Now I can put this right on here. I'm going to put it off to the side just a little bit. I think we'll put that on with some dimensionals. And remember our huge sheet that came in this. We certainly have plenty of dimensionals. I have never seen a sheet this large in a paper pumpkin. It's crazy. All right. So now here we have something that looks like that. Do I want to sheet it up a little bit? Nope. I just want to keep it right about here. All right. And I think what we can do is we can, in the kit, there also is some linen thread. I'm going to double it over and tie a bow. So it's a double bow. Adjust the ends a little bit. And trim it. Let's see, trim the ends a little bit here. Don't want them too very long. And we could just put that on right there with a glue dot, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Let's adjust these ends just a little bit more. Make them a little bit more in line with the size of the image. I have some mini glue dots left over from an old paper pumpkin. It's one really great thing about paper pumpkin is you get plenty of adhesive, and you'll always have some extras on hand for your other projects. I'll fold that over a little bit so it doesn't show. There we go. Now I think one last little touch, and maybe let's see if I have some colored dots. I know I have some colored dots that are in color dots. Oh, here they are. These are the 2024-2026 in color resin dots. And let's pull in the petunia pop ones. And let's just put some out here. Here, let's see, there, and here. And let's try another one. I could put it up here. I could put it out here. I'm gonna put it out there, I think. Maybe even slide it out so it's half on, half off. There we go. And there's the front of our card. Now let's go ahead and do something for the inside. This looks like old olive to me. I'm gonna bring this in, and we'll take I need a larger block. I'm not a big fan of the word chives that's on the bottom of this. So let me bring in a piece of scrap here, and we'll just stamp this like this. And we'll put our little chive tops on. Just bringing that theme from the front on the inside. And I think we also have a nice little sentiment in here. For a wonderful friend, sending love. Oop, this one looks like a winner. Thanks for helping me grow. I like that one. You ever have a friend that helps you grow? It's usually not always pleasant. It's helpful to have a friend by your side because you know they want the best for you. Thanks for helping me grow. And there is our card. And that is an alternative to the projects in the kit. You can see from the cover, this one uses a lot of the panels. This one uses lots of the die cuts. This one just uses a little bit of a bunch of different things. This one's not my favorite, so I would probably get lots of cards out of here using this kind of approach because there's so many of these. And even when I was done chopping up some card fronts, I could probably just bring in solid colors of this and maybe put some texture on them, either with embossing folder or with stamps, and get a lot of cards very similar to this. That's my alternative. Thanks for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me for Lunchtime Look. I just want to remind you that this month's subscription, so March's Paper Pumpkin Kit, is a special anniversary edition. You will get 2 stamp sets in that kit. And if you would like to subscribe and do the prepaid 3-month subscription, that's over $60 worth for 3 months of fun, and you'll get a Sale-a-bration choice out of it as well. You only have until Friday, just before midnight, to get those Sale-a-bration orders in. Every $60 worth of merchandise ordered qualifies you for a Sale-a-bration pick. And this is one way to do it, a 3-month or longer prepaid subscription. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great rest of your Thursday, and I hope your weekend is fantastic.